Hey guys, this is Page from Beebom.com, and we kind of always talk about how Xiaomi phones have great hardware. They look good, they feel good, they have great specs, and honestly that's what makes them so popular and appealing. But if there's one thing that Xiaomi hasn't really perfected, it's the software. I mean, I know a lot of people who are okay with MiUI and its quirks on a budget Xiaomi phone, but they won't buy a flagship or say a high-end Xiaomi phone because it has MiUI. So how is the MiUI experience different on say a budget smartphone and a flagship smartphone? Has Xiaomi done something to make MiUI better in its higher priced phones? Well, time to find out. Okay, so this is the Redmi Note 10. Now this is the phone that starts at ₹12,499. This is running MiUI 12.0.3 stable. And on the other hand is this, the Mi 11 Ultra that costs 70,000 rupees. This is running on MiUI 12.0.2. So yeah, both of these phones are pretty much in the same ballpark. Now the first area where I wanted to see the difference in the whole MiUI experience is the phone setup process, because a lot of times companies push their services, their recommendations in this whole setup process. So first up, I factory reset these phones and went through the whole setup process. As you can see, both phones have the face emoji keyboard's privacy policy enabled by default. I mean, there's no mention of optional in any of these phones when it indeed is optional. Yes, you can untick this and just go ahead. Anyway, it's just surprising to see the Ultra have the face emoji keyboard as its default. I was expecting Gboard. The rest of the setup process is similar too, including connecting to a Wi-Fi network, signing in your Google account and MiID. Now once you've done these steps, you get this additional settings page on both the phones. Now generally people just tend to go ahead with these settings, but I like disabling a few of them. For example, you might have missed out on the Glance for Me option. Glance for Me, aka Wallpaper Carousel, is basically a lock screen wallpaper feature that pushes out news and stories from third-party websites like this one or this one. Yeah, you swipe left on the lock screen and you get this. This is basically an ad. It's obvious, it's ad. And yes, it's present on even the 70,000 costing Mi 11 Ultra. Anyway, the rest of the additional settings are the same in both these phones, and yeah, I'd recommend disabling a few of them as well. Now, both of these phones get this apps recommendations page from Xiaomi's App Store Get Apps. Yep, this whole page is basically a mix of popular apps and apps that Xiaomi wants to promote. And yes, it's there on the Ultra too, as you can see. In fact, when the setup is complete on both the phones, you get this ad-like pop-up from Get Apps saying Meet Get Apps. And you also get the same notification asking you to try out the Wallpaper Carousel feature on both the phones. Honestly, I am fine with these things on the Redmi Note 10, but on the Mi 11 Ultra, this just doesn't feel right. Anyway, let's move on. So the MiUI setup process kind of remains the same in both the budget smartphone as well as the flagship Xiaomi phone, but that's not all. The MiUI experience remains the same when it comes to apps as well. Both the phones have bloatware. As you can see, the Redmi Note 10 has 4 apps and the Mi 11 Ultra has 5 bloatware apps. Both the phones come with almost the same number of Xiaomi apps, 22 on the Redmi Note 10 and 21 on the Mi 11 Ultra. The Mi 11 Ultra does not have the FM radio app, but the rest of the apps, as you can see, remain the same. Now both the phones also have the same Google apps. The Mi 11 Ultra here too has one more app than the Redmi Note 10. Anyway, I also wanted to check if there's any difference in app permissions, because Xiaomi apps have been infamous for taking up unnecessary permissions, and I wanted to check if Xiaomi has done something to fix that in its flagship phone. So I checked the permissions each and every system app takes, and it was similar, and that's not really a good thing. I mean, the security app takes every single permission in both these phones, even when I haven't even opened up the app once, and yeah, you can't deny any of these permissions. There's also one strange thing, the Cleaner app, obviously, once again. See, MiUI's Cleaner app has been known for being connected to the shady Cheetah mobile in the past, and then we talked about how it takes up every single permission. Well, I think I remember Xiaomi fixing these things, but it seems to be back to square one here. On both the Redmi Note 10 and the Mi 11 Ultra, the Cleaner app takes up every single permission already. I haven't even opened up the app previously. And do note that both these phones are running on the latest updates, so yeah, Xiaomi clearly hasn't really fixed things. So overall, it's clear that you can buy a 12,000 rupees Xiaomi budget phone, or you can get a 70,000 rupees flagship Xiaomi phone, but you'll get the same MiUI experience. I was honestly expecting a little better on the Mi 11 Ultra compared to the budget Redmi Note 10, but yeah, it's the same really. See, previously we used to say that Xiaomi phones include ads and bloatware because its phones are cheap, affordable. But a phone that costs 70,000 rupees isn't cheap. It's a premium phone, and on a premium phone like this, software plays a very important role. I mean, Xiaomi is taking on OnePlus and Samsung flagships in this segment, and credit where it's due, OnePlus offers a fairly clean experience, while Samsung offers things like 3 years of major Android version updates. So I was actually expecting the Mi 11 Ultra to come with a more cleaner, more streamlined new experience, because let's face it, we don't really buy a phone for its specs, we buy into the experience. See, the point is the hardware, the specs, that's not enough. I mean, the Mi 11 Ultra has a great hardware. It's actually a very good premium smartphone, but it's the software, the MiUI experience that kind of makes it lacking. And this is what Xiaomi really needs to work on. If Xiaomi really wants to compete in the premium smartphone segment, they need to fix their software, they need to work on the overall experience. Well, I want to know your opinion on this. Do you guys skip Xiaomi flagships because of MiUI? Comment down below. Also, if you have a Xiaomi phone and you want to remove the bloatware, ads and things like that, we have a video on the same, so check it out from the link below. Also, give this video a like, share it, and yeah, stay safe guys. Hope everything will be normal soon. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.